Welcome back, everybody, to our Ark playthrough here on the island. So this is episode 8, and today we are exploring Central Cave, aka Chitin Cave. We're after the artifact of the clever. Now for this cave, I prefer to use a baryonyx. Some people use different dinos, but that is just my personal preference. The reason I choose the baryonyx, it fits through all the corridors fine, and also there's a pool of water near the end of the cave that sometimes has a cave drop, and I wouldn't go in that pool of water with anything else because it is absolutely loaded with piranhas. So just keep that in mind if you explore this with anything else. Don't go in the water unless you have a baryonyx. So we're going to do a couple other things today also. I think I'm going to build a wall around our base. It has gotten pretty bad trying to keep all the wild dinos out. Not so much the danger, but all of my dinos constantly are running off to other areas. I'm having to gather them all up, herd them, and bring them back. So I think today we're going to do that to take care of a little bit of those problems. I probably won't show the whole building process, or maybe not even any of it. It's really simple, just a dino gate and some stone fences. I have tamed up a mammoth since the last episode, and I didn't record that because it's pretty simple. You just shoot and run. So pretty boring there, but I got it to help collect some wood while we're building fences. Also, since the last episode, I was able to tame 3 more beehives, and I learned a trick. The best thing to do when they get stuck in the tree, which it seems that they do every time in the redwoods, is to use one platform or foundation, and just stack ladders up all the way to where she's at. I actually like to do that before I even destroy the hive. And then whenever the queen bee drops out, I just climb up the ladder and I'm able to tame her right there. So that works pretty well. Grab this explorer note here. Then we will continue on through.
The first round of trials for my new
Now, I
Lazarus
think
chowder
when you go through this cave, as far as just finding your way, if you stick to the right, I want to save that explorer note for later. If you stick to the right, then you will eventually find the artifact. That'll take you straight back to the back of the cave. I don't always do that because there are cave drops in here. If you want to look around, you can find a few. But honestly, they're usually pretty terrible in this cave, so it's not really a big deal if you just want to skip through and grab the artifact.
Then I shall have to make do with trials on apes and monkeys. Perhaps it is finally time to capture some.
So also since the last episode, I was able to find a couple of more high-level thylacoleos, a male and a female. I've done some breeding already, and getting those thylacoleos ready for some of the other caves that we'll be going through later. We've been farming some of the loot drops. Oh, there's a Megalosaurus. Yeah, low level. Anyway, we've been farming some of the loot drops, and we have picked up some pretty decent items in some of those. We found a good Therizino saddle blueprint a couple episodes back, and then now we have also found a good Rex saddle blueprint. It's funny because as many times as I've played through the game, I usually struggle to find a blueprint for a good Rex saddle. I have spent countless hours trying to farm one, and I've only found maybe 1 or 2 since I've been playing the game. So that's kind of cool. We're going to be on the lookout for some higher level Rexes, and also we're going to need us another Therizino so we can do some breeding. I think the one we have is a male, so we're going to be looking for a female. And yeah, in some of the episodes here pretty soon, we'll be doing a lot of recipes. We'll be cooking up a lot more kibble and some sweet veggie cakes and things like that. I'm going to make sure everything's cleared out before I try to jump off my dino and grab this artifact or this loot drop. See, yeah, pretty much junk there. Like I said, most of these loot drops in this cave aren't really very good. This one sure is full today. It's funny how sometimes you go in these caves and there's not very many dinos. Other times you go in and they are just absolutely packed. Drop some of this junk after I put some clothes on here. That is one good thing in the caves. When your armor gets broke, you usually find more. I have managed to find some pretty good armor in some of the loot drops also. So far in this game, better than usual, it seems. Yeah, this thing is just full of piranhas. There's quite a few Sarcos in there too. I think I saw 3. Sometimes there is a loot drop down in the bottom, or a cave drop. Doesn't look like there's one today, though. I think that just about does it for everything. Maybe this guy. I think we're safe. I'm not sure if anything ever spawns in the bottom of this pool or not. I always check, but I've never found anything. Alright, I think it's time we find our way out of here. A little bit of lag there, and that was easy enough. Take care of this aloe. So the coordinates for this place, in case you need to find it, are 41.5 and 46.9 on the map. It's actually a very easy cave to find. Once you go up the volcano a little ways, you just have to look down and you'll see it there. I'll show you about where we're at here. And I'm headed back to the base. I think I'm going to start building those walls. Looks like a little action down here. I guess they've taken care of it. It's constant. Alright, so I just rode around for a little bit to get some levels on my Thylacoleo and to kill some of these pests that have been wandering around. And we're going to build our fence. And this is the reason. Right here. keep dragging my dinos back up to the house, and then they just come back down here because, you know, things attack. So we're gonna fence them all in. These are our new beehives we found. They're still pretty slow at producing honey, but they do look cool. Alright, so I got the fence built, and while I was working on that, I kind of wandered a ways from the house, and I found a beehive nearby, a wild one. So I decided to tame this dire bear. Better calm him down. I'm going to tame this dire bear, and then I'll show you guys how much honey you can get, how much faster it is to collect it with a dire bear. And then I'm going to use him every 15 minutes. I can go back to the same hive and collect the honey. So that'll help us stock up really well for whenever we start making a lot of sweet veggie cakes and kibble. So he's a level 115, which really I don't need one that high of a level, but I found him, so why not? And I do have a little bit of kibble to help tame him also, so we'll see how fast these things tame on kibble. I know with meat it takes them quite a while, but I don't think I've ever tamed one with kibble before, at least a dire bear. Torpor must be getting up there pretty high because he's not trying to attack me. Thought he was going down there. The doorway. We have got to find a better long neck rifle. Alright, he's finally down. So we'll give him some superior kibble and see how much it takes for him to tame up. Figure we might as well take this down while we wait. Looks like I'm gonna have to collect some stuff. Don't want to wander too far from my bird. This is a dangerous area. Looks like all of them are fixed. And he still hasn't ate anything. Still hasn't ate anything. Yeah, these guys are pretty slow. We'll just hang out here for just a minute and watch. Wait for this guy, make sure nothing sneaks up on us. Come on, guy, this is getting kind of boring. Oh, there he is. Pretty sure that said he hadn't ate anything, so yeah. Took one superior kibble and he tamed right up. That is a lot faster than using prime meat. It would have taken at least 5 pieces probably, and at the rate he was eating, that would have taken forever. Alright, so this is the reason that I tamed this guy. Let's see if I can find it. It was around here somewhere between some rocks and a tree. I feel like, yeah, there it is, right there. Alright. So, alright, 15 honey. And in 15 minutes I can come back and do it again. So, our beehives actually produce 1 honey every 45 minutes. So with 4 beehives, I think that is what? 4 every 45 minutes, so 16 every 3 hours. So 1 wild hive can produce 15 every 15 minutes. That is significantly faster. Like I said before, on single player, hives, taming hives just isn't really the way to go, unless you just like the looks of them, which I do. So I think that about wraps up this episode. I appreciate you guys sticking with us once again, and if you like the videos, then like, subscribe, and leave us comments if you want to see anything specific or you have any tips or advice for us. Thanks.